Hello and welcome to the HGC. My name is Daniel and my cameraman's making me laugh, so I spared you guys the time of me digging all of this stuff for the first pieces out of the boxes, which, by the way, there was half in one box and half in another box. Okay, and then when it came to the screws, I got one big bag with a bunch of loose bags and a smaller bag inside with a bunch of other screws, and the screws for the pieces that we're going to be putting together was in both of them. So whenever you take your bag, your screws and bolts and everything out of your bag, go ahead and take it out of both of them big bags and just drop it into a 5-gallon bucket, and then dig out what you need for your first two projects, which is going to be here right now. The first one we're going to put together is the one of the sides of the legs, which will also double as the rock wall for the play place. All right, so I'm going to flip this over. This board I measured out at 64.5 inches from point to point. The bottom down here is 25-degree angle cut. This right here is a 60-degree angle cut. I'm not going to measure off the screw holes for you because there's going to be differences if you're building this yourself and cutting them yourself. But this is just, it looks to be a standard 2x4 basically, just for giggles. I will measure that. 3 1/4 by 1 3/8. I guess it's 3x2 technically. All right, we need to get the bottom board, which is already pre-drilled. Here looks to be about halfway in, and then you got the larger bolts. First ones we're going to be putting in will be the the larger lag screw, 5/16 by 3, which is this one, pretty big. All right, it will go into the hole and come out. We're gonna put it in there. They gave me some bits. These are actually Torx. This is a T40. They gave me a T30 as well. I noticed that the T40 fits in the this lag bolt better than the T30, so we're going to be using the T40 to screw this together. First thing we're going to do is, and I'm going to try to do this all on camera. There's already a pre-drilled hole, so you can't get it backwards. Okay, so I'm going to set that down. I'm going to set this on in here, drop this bolt in here, and hopefully my impact driver will have enough strength to just put that right down in there real quick. There we go. Okay, so next side, we're going to do the same thing. Find the pre-drilled hole. And this is going on the side with the cut at 25-degree cut at the bottom. And we need another lag screw. Drive that through there. Line it up with the other hole. Okay, got that. Now we got the top board we're going to need to put on. So let's flip this all the way over. Like so. I'm going to lean this up against this cat thing. Excuse me. The first two we put on was E3 and E2. That's these pieces. The 3.5 by 3.5, 51-inch long, large one is the one we put at the bottom. That was B1, and this one is K2, goes up at the top. like so, on the same side as the 3x3. So I need to turn this around. Did I get that on right? Let me check. Yes. Okay. All right. Now I need to grab the lag screws, 5/16 times 2. Here that'll come in a bag of 4, or actually come in a bag of what? Well, you're going to be using 4 of them, but it comes in a bag with more, which kind of threw me off when I first did it. So we're just going to pull 4 out of this bag, because the other ones will go to the other side. And these are pre-drilled as well. And I made a mistake. I apologize. That board goes on the opposite side of the board. On the opposite side of the board of the 3x3 square. My apologies. Okay. And it is going to go in the two screws that are directly lined up with the holes drilled into the inside. Okay, so let's do that. We're still using the T40 torch driver. Now this time I'm not going to drive it all the way in like I did the lower. The lower only has 2, these have 4. You're going to want to square this off a bit. So we're going to line up all of the screws. And this is exactly why I said not to do it tight, because I just put it in the wrong hole on both sides, no less. Hey. And yes, my cameraman is laughing her backside off because I just told you to line it up with the holes on the board. Hey, why not? Okay, almost there. By the way, this is a Makita impact driver. You can use a regular screwdriver or a drill motor for doing this, but the impact driver makes quick work of these large bolts. Okay, so we got that one. It's nice and sturdy and square. We're done with it for now. Let's set it off to the side. Next one we're going to do is the other side, which will become the ladder. All right. For the ladder, we got 4 metal poles. We need to put them in place first because they're metal. They're not going to shrink or give or anything. The wood will be manipulated thereafter. So we need to do that. Right over here. Okay, so line these up, same angles. The rest of the dimensions is going to be exactly the same as the last ones we had. So let's set this here, there, and I should have probably pulled off all of this junk before making the video, but I didn't, so we're just going to make a mess on the floor. Yeah. Alright, it's okay to have fun, sweetie. Alright. For the poles, we're going to be using the 8 times 3 1/4 inch screws, PWH, which will be these. Part number, I don't know, 1070. We're going to need all of these. So I'm just going to take them all out of the bag now. If it lets me. There we go. Put them right there. And we will switch over the driver to a Phillips head bit because these are now Phillips screws. And finish taking these off. Thankfully, whoever packed this did not tie square knots. I'd be so surprised how many times I get stuff that are assemble yourself and the people use god-awful square knots so that you can't just quickly pull, release the knot, and undo. So thank you, Backyard Discovery, for not tying square knots on your plastics. There we go. And that. Okay, we got them all done. I'm going to start putting in the first of the poles. So I'm going to put the screw in, line it up. I'm going to slide that pole into the hole. Oops, that didn't work out too good. So I'm going to have to lay it down, make things easier for me. Can you see this right here?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Okay, that'd be one. Next. Need to get a belt. About to show the plumber's crack.
I'm trying to hold this steady here.
I'm trying. I'm just teasing you, dear. So, as you're putting these on, it does not matter if they're up and down or side to side. You've got plenty of room for either, so that will be on you. It's not required to be vertical or sideways. I'm going to put them in vertical just because I think it'll look good. Woo! Fun. Now we're going to make sure, and I just pulled that out. I'm going to make sure you get both sides of these together, and I just pulled that screw out. go. I'm gonna put this over here. Pull that one out too. What is going on here? I may actually need to turn them sideways because I've already pulled them out a bit. Okay. I don't like the length of them screws. I might replace them all with longer ones later. But we need to go to the next step, which would be installing the, one sec, larger board, the 3x3 lower. Yeah, I know, I banged that. Next, and then the upper will be next. I'm going to go ahead and stand that up like so, and we got the upper board. So on this one, the two outside ones are marked E4, E5. The large one down here is B1. This one is K2, as well as the one on that other side, just in case you're interested. I'm going to put these all together. Now remember, don't do what I did last time. Line it up with these two holes here. Start one, mostly, and then start the next. Okay, so I'm going to make mention that on the directions it did call for these little lock washers, but I was paying attention to you and not what I was doing, so I forgot to put them on. However, the back side of these screws do have a locking grip in it. Should be perfectly fine. I don't think it's necessary. Alright, that will do it for today. If you like this video, by all means, like, subscribe to the video, go to the htcgamersclub.com, make a donation to help get free repairs to kids that can't afford them. And until my next video, where we're going to actually put the deck and get it ready to actually be placed in the yard and finished from that point. Stay safe, happy gaming, everybody. Bye.